All right. Welcome, Nick, to Raw and Cooked Vegan.
Thank you very much, Paul. I'm glad to be here.
Wonderful to have you, sir. Wonderful to have you.
Thank you.
So, I think you kind of know the format. Let's start by hearing a little bit about your childhood and did your family have any notions about nutrition, or was it kind of standard American diet?
Yeah, definitely standard American diet. The household I grew up in was my grandma's, and everyone pretty much ate mostly like Italian food, like pasta, lasagna, meatballs, and stuff like that. And not, I don't think any of them were really into exercise at all, really. Not
Yeah.
that I know of. But yeah, they would have like eggs and or toast for breakfast, pretty much. Nothing. Yeah,
A
pretty.
lot of cheese, a lot of
Oh
mozzarella.
yeah, yep, yep. A lot of cheese. Like my mom would like melt, like put the cheese on top of the pasta and put it in the microwave and melt them. Like, oh, it's nasty. Cause I never really liked cheese anyway. Like I never got into it. The only kind of cheese I would have is like Parmesan, grated Parmesan over my pasta, but that was it. And I had it in like if it was in like cake or something like where I couldn't actually see it, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'd have that too. Same thing with eggs as well. Like I never had scrambled egg. I've only had it like the same thing with cheese and other things. Like never really by itself.
So,
I,
so you kind of you naturally didn't like, you weren't really attracted to it.
no, no, it's yeah. I didn't like steak or I never had turkey or I really found it gross. Like before I even knew about this stuff.
That's
I,
that's really interesting. That's interesting.
yeah, I feel like there's just like some people are more disconnected than others. I think like for me, like I knew like it looked really gross. Like why are you guys eating this?
All right. So did did your family kind of hassle you when you were growing up, saying, "Come on, Nick, have a big steak here"?
um, yeah, they definitely wanted me to eat a more variety of stuff because ironically, I eat a lot of bread. My grandma used to call me the carb king because that's all I ate was bread. And yeah, I just had a lot of like candy and Skittles and goldfish and stuff like all crap junk food, but like never like a lot of meat or cheese or anything.
All right. Tell me, Nick, while you were pretty much growing up that way, how would you characterize your health in general? Did you have any chronic ailments? Did you have the annual colds and flu?
Yeah, like yeah, I've had a lot of cold and flus and well not flus but a lot of colds and I suffer from like constipation for like most of my lifetime and what else? And like a lot of really bad skin too.
Uh-huh.
That as well, a lot of acne. Uh, yeah.
All right. So what was it that happened that kind of made you think, hey, maybe I'm going to change my diet. Maybe I'm going to not just knock out meat and dairy because I don't really like them, but I'm going to go full on vegan. How did that happen?
All right. So I what I do as a hobby, I film. Not only do I do skateboarding, but I film it too. And there was a company that hired me to film skateboarding for them, and the owner was vegan for like 12 years.
Huh.
So me and him talked a lot, and one thing led to another, and I realized like he would tell me like when I'm sick, he's like it's the diet. So I was pretty open-minded about it. Um, so I just started. I didn't like give up meat and cheese and everything yet, but I started eating a little bit more healthy than the junk food I used to have because I didn't know how to cook or anything. So everything was still microwaved and stuff. A little healthier, but still not good, not optimal.
Okay. And how long did that period last?
Um, I probably started like changing my diet probably a year to 2 years ago,
Yeah.
probably. I was like 22,
Okay.
and it wasn't until like 6 or 7 months ago I just decided to go like plant-based vegan pretty much.
All right. Now, did you notice when you made those first changes like 2 or 3 years ago? Did you notice any benefits to your health?
Yeah, definitely. My skin cleared up, definitely. Um, I felt a little bit overall more happy too. So like my mood was better. But that was it. But
Okay. All
yeah.
right. And before I forget, the skateboarding is interesting, and I love that picture of you on your icon, man. That's a great shot of you.
Yeah. I took a screenshot of that from like one of my videos.
So, dude, how long you been skateboarding?
Since high school, like probably around like 6 or 7 years.
Do you like run the board down those railings and stuff, and like do you get
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
crazy?
You can say like I skate on the streets more than the parks, you know, pretty
Yeah.
much.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. So okay. So for a couple of years, you were kind of doing a modified diet, improved but not ideal, and then you made this shift to vegan. And did you notice more improvements when you became completely vegan?
Well, just to add, I was vegetarian for about not a long time, 3 months before I was vegan.
Okay.
I knew meat was not good to be consuming, so you know I just started with that, and then 3 months after that I went vegan. But um, I'm sorry, did I know any improvements after going vegan?
Right. What I'm wondering is, it sounds like when you first improved your diet like 2 or 3 years ago, you did see some improvements. And then I'm wondering if when you went a little bit further and cleaned up the diet even more, did you improve even more?
Yes, I definitely say so. Like increase in energy too as well. But when I started, I kind of didn't know what I was doing. Like so, but me, I like to research a lot and figure the stuff out because I was really passionate about it. And I really wanted to get into it. So I would just watch like tons of YouTube videos from like During Rider and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's eating so much fruit. So I'm like, I can definitely try this. You know, the smoothies and everything. So
Yeah.
those banana smoothies really boosted my energy. I felt great on it. That was one of the main things that kept me on it, definitely. And knowing you can eat like rice and potatoes too, like you can't go wrong with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Did
But
you, when you first did this, were you thinking of going like 100% raw, or did you always know you were going to have some cooked food?
I really even wasn't sure what raw was like at the time. But yeah, I just knew I was gonna stop eating animals and animal products. That's all I knew pretty much.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. So tell us a little bit about this transition. Give us an average day for you. What would you have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
All right, for breakfast, I like on average I'll have like bananas or a banana smoothie with dates or something. Like occasionally I'll mix it up and have like rolled oats in the morning or I'll have like a watermelon. Like this morning I had a full watermelon. That was awesome.
All right.
Um, yeah, mostly bananas in for breakfast. And then I work like four days a week. So like during that time, there's like a fast food Chinese place like 2 stores down from me. So I just order brown rice like every lunch at work, and it's so cheap too. It's like $1 and like some change. So and
That's awesome.
it's the small one, and it fills me up. So and it fills me up for like 5 or 6 hours. It's great.
And do you just eat it straight, just plain brown rice?
I sprinkle a little bit of salt on it mostly, but like sometimes I'll try not to have it with salt, but like I gotta enjoy it more. I gotta have some salt on it, you know.
Dude, I'm so with you. I gotta put salt on rice and potatoes. Gotta, yeah.
That's like the most unhealthy thing I'm doing pretty much. I'm just throwing like loads of sodium on my potatoes and stuff. Like I just had a big ass plate of potatoes and I just like put mustard all over it.
Dude, yeah.
Stop
Well,
doing.
you can always drink more water,
Oh yeah, I drink a lot of water.
All right, so what about greens? Do you have much in the way of greens?
um, when when I could get them, I'm able to get like there's like a wholesale like place near me, so they have like these huge containers of like organic lettuce and spinach and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll just have like whenever I have it, like I'll eat about um I say about like 4 ounces like for in a day of
Yeah.
like
Okay.
something, and I'll just put like balsamic vinegar on it. And that's all I need. I don't really
Okay.
mi- I'm really simple when it comes to eating. Like like more simple than potato strong, I think. Really.
It's cool though, man. The simplicity is great. You don't have to spend a bunch of time in the kitchen. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, the most time I spend in the kitchen is just like cutting up the potatoes and putting them into the steamer, pretty much, and that only takes like 15, 16 minutes to make. So, and I throw
Yeah.
some vegetables in there too, so it's great.
All right, Nick, I'm going to throw a couple of nutrients at you, and I want you to tell me the conclusions you've reached for yourself on them.
Okay.
The first is vitamin B12.
All right. Well, I got a blood test probably like 3 months ago, and that would be like my my 3 months into veganism as well, and my B12 levels were perfect. So, but just in case, like I got a methylcobalamin B12.
The
Uh,
sublingual?
yeah,
Sublingual?
yeah. So I have one of those. Like I'll take it. I usually take it like once a week. Like if I remember. So yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. Pretty much.
That, that's cool. Now, it looks like you get quite a bit of sun, or at least you are this time of year.
Only
What,
in the summer and the spring when it's nice out. In the winter, man, the
so, so, so what do you do with vitamin D in the winter?
well the last winter was the first time like without me, pretty much.
Right.
But so when I got my blood test 3 months ago, it was extremely low. Like you know the numbers on the side, like it was like negative, like below that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really bad. So I bought like they were gonna give me like some kind of like D2 supplement, but I'm pretty sure like they were gonna like prescribe me one with like animal products or something in it. So I decided to get my own vegan D3 by Country Life.
Cool, man.
Yeah, so I take again if I remember, try and take it every day just to recover from that just low drop of vitamin D.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
How about iodine? What's your take on iodine?
Honestly, I had no idea about iodine until I watched your interview with Tom Bennett. You know, it made me kind of scared about it, but then like I use a lot of salt too, so I
Okay.
I I was thinking I'm just gonna wait like till next year to get a blood test and see what's going on with it, and if it's like terrible, I'll supplement with it.
And
That's,
with the salt you use, do you use like a regular iodized table salt, or what kind of salt you use?
yeah, sometimes I do use the iodized one, but most of the time I use the sea salt. But
Gotcha. All
yeah.
right. All right. And you did mention that you drink a good bit of water. Do you have any idea how much?
Oh yeah, yeah. I probably say at least like 5 liters a day. I drink a lot, like 6 to 7.
Wow.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm peeing a lot throughout the day, man. I think they're actually starting to get upset with me at work because I go to the bathroom every 15 minutes.
Dude. All
But
right.
I've been drinking a lot of water like that for like my whole life because when I was young, like probably like 12 or 13 or something, I got kidney stones. So they told me that it was because I didn't drink enough water. It was probably from something else, but
Yeah.
drinking a lot of water for a long time.
Yeah. That's yeah. All right. Well, what about how about sleep? Do you try to get a certain amount of sleep, or do you kind of wake up naturally?
Um, definitely. After going on the lifestyle, man, I get like probably like 9 to 10 hours. Like on East Coast time, like I'll go to bed at like 8 or 9. I'll try to go to bed at,
That's
and then
good.
yeah, I usually wake up around like 5 in the morning, probably just
Wow.
naturally. I don't even. I used to use an alarm, but I don't need to anymore. I just like wake up with like some energy. It's great.
That's amazing. That's a great example.
Definitely.
Um, I tend to stay up late, but I know it'd be much healthier if I got to bed at like 9. That's awesome.
Yeah, in fact, like I used to always like hang out with friends like late at night, get home at like 12 or 1. Like I'm just never doing that again. It really makes a big difference on how you feel like the next day. Like if you don't get enough sleep, you're just gonna be like really emotional and get uptight about silly things.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
that, that was probably one of the big things that like improved my like mood.
That's cool. That's good. All right. Now it sounds like you know, maybe ethics played a role in your decision, but tell me about that. What's your take on ethics, and what have you learned about that along the way?
That was one of the things that made me stick with being vegan because I think if I didn't know that like all these animals are being tortured and killed and like all the um like just all the negative things about it like really kept me on it. But the like one morning when I woke up in bed, I'm like, all right, I got to see like what this is all about like as far as the ethics go. So I started like YouTubing like animal cruelty videos, and then Earthlings popped up, and I watched that whole thing through with an open mind. I just took it all in, and I'm like, no, there's no way that I can be doing that anymore. That's crazy because
Wow.
we're I believe like, we're all born with like compassion from the start, and we like really care for like animals and other beings like of all kinds, and just the lies that have been told like just really disconnected us from that because we're all really born with compassion for this
You
kind
know,
of
I,
stuff.
I love that point, Nick. That's such a powerful point. It's like it's our human nature to be compassionate, and we have to be taught. We have to be taught to accept these practices that are so inhuman. I think that's a great point you're making.
Yeah, definitely. And I also watched that popular video by Gary Yourofsky, the best speech ever.
Yeah.
That really helped me a lot, and I watched a ton of other like lectures about it too. But
Yeah.
that Gary Rofsky video, I all I had to do was show it to one of my friends who was vegetarian, and he just went vegan like right after watching that. So that's a great video to watch for anyone like starting out.
Yeah, that's a great point. It kind of surprised me. I was vegetarian for like 25 years, and it took me that long to go vegan. And so it's amazing how you can kind of just not recognize that the dairy thing plays a role in it. So
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't
all
I
right.
like.
How about how about what have you learned along the way in terms of environmental damage caused by an animal-based diet?
Well, I learned that it's definitely not doing the environment any good. I learned about all the gallons of water that are wasted just to produce one glass of milk. It's crazy. Like with so many other milk alternatives that taste pretty much the same, like why not just do it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, I feel like people, I don't know. People gotta like research this stuff. It's crazy.
No, yeah, it's funny. It's mind-boggling that it's so simple. If you like look at all the facts, you lay the facts in front of you, you wonder how can an intelligent person not choose this? It's amazing.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have trouble like giving up the cheese, like because that's a like I found I hear people say it's really addicting to give up because there's like some kind of like morphine in it.
Yeah.
So that's supposed to like attract the baby cows to the moms, so that's why it's addictive. But so that's pretty crazy because my
Yep.
mom has a huge my mom she was diagnosed with breast cancer and another cancer. I forgot what it was, but I tried so hard to tell her. You know, she kind of gets the idea of it, but she she I don't know. She just keeps doing her thing. You know, I all you can do really is just like inform people about it. If they want to take the information or not, like it's not up to you. You know.
That's one of the most frustrating things I think is you have relatives or friends who you see suffering and you know they don't have to.
Yeah, and
Is,
yeah.
is she being treated for that or what's going on?
Yeah, I guess everything's fine now. Like they did a scan a couple months ago and they didn't find any like bad cells or whatever
Okay.
cancer cell it is that does that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just wish you'd lay off the eggs and cheese and stuff, you know. But yeah, you just gotta plant the seed with people and they can take it or leave it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, how do you do that? Like, does your family still have big get-togethers, and do you go to those, and how do you handle it when you're there?
Yeah, I'm very fortunate that their understanding of it. Like on like last Thanksgiving, my grandma was nice enough to make me yams like without the because they throw like butter or like other animal
Sour
products.
cream. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I so yeah, they're pretty accepting of it, but the social situations never really got to me, you know. If you know something deep down in your heart is right, you there's no way to let anyone else like deter you from it, you know. Like I knew I was solid, like even at work, like people like try and like poke like jokes at me and stuff, but I mean I know they're playing around, but it never gets to me. Like I'll never change just because someone else thinks I should.
I love that, Nick. Love that.
Thanks.
Um, let's see. What was I going to ask you? Well, if you were talking to somebody who was considering this for the first time, would there be some general tips you'd give
Uh-oh.
them as they shift?
Um, th- th- uh, yeah, I got it. It cut off for a little bit, but I heard it.
Okay.
I'd say I definitely tell them to do the I don't even want to say I was gonna say like to do the high carb route, but then again like I feel like it's more important to just get them off the animal stuff. But I would give them the transition foods and stuff, and I tell them how simple it is, you know, to give like show them other examples like YouTube videos or articles and stuff like that. Just try and really ingrain it into their brain, you know, because they may know it's like bad for them and still do it, but they still know like the better alternative, you know.
Yeah. At least, yeah. That's. I think that's a great point. It's like people can choose not to do this way, but at least they have the information.
Yeah, so they know it's better than not knowing at all, you know. You have some sort of like step to take the knowledge, you know.
Absolutely. Hey, man. I love this shirt you're wearing, and
I got it on my vacation to San Diego like last month, and it was a place called Divine Possibilities, and
oh, okay.
and this is like their signature shirt that all the workers wear. So Yeah, and that place is cool, man. They have meatless meatballs there. So I looked up the menu, like, yeah, I know I gotta go there. And they
Cool.
put the pasta inside like a hollowed out sub,
Huh.
so you eat right out the sub. It's amazing.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Definitely a highlight of that vacation.
Now, on this note of carbohydrates, do you have any idea about how many carbs you eat a day?
um, I probably like in terms of like grams of carbs or the calories.
Calories, please. Calories.
Um, yeah, I have like a I have like a really addictive personality, so I always like put the calories in, even if I don't care. It's really weird, but I'd say like anywhere from like I eat like 2,800 to like 3,000 probably,
Yeah.
and that's not including like condiments though. I don't know how much it'd be with like the ketchup and mustard and stuff because I'm not gonna measure that. I'm not that crazy.
All right. So, let's see. What else was I going to do? What would you say to somebody who's living this lifestyle and their partner, their significant other, is like a paleo person? Do you think that that kind of relationship is possible?
I think so. If you have a lot of patience and you got a strong what's the word? I I don't know the word, but
A sense of self,
it's
strong sense of
definitely
self.
hard. Yeah, yeah. I would say it's definitely hard, you know. Just it's the same thing like with me and my mom, you know, or my family members or stuff. It's just you can't like push it on them too much because then it paints like a negative picture of it, you know. You
Yeah.
wanna like vegans like we're supposed to be like compassionate, you know. It doesn't mean just to animals, it means everyone too. So you can't be like annoying people and pushing this on them, you know. You gotta give them their time. But it's definitely hard. I wouldn't want to be in that situation.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Be as compassionate to humans as you are to animals. I like that.
That's definitely important that a lot of people miss. Like I see like people like hating on each other on these YouTube comments. I'm like, dude, are you vegan or not? Pretty much, you know.
That's great. That's great. Um, let's see. The other thing I was gonna. Oh, can you tell Nick? Tell the viewers the name of your YouTube channel and website, or any other books you want to refer people to.
Um, yeah, my YouTube channel doesn't really have any vegan things on it, but it has some skateboarding footage on there. But it's Nick Bones. It's N1CKB0N3Z, I think. Or I don't even know if we use usernames anymore. I think it's the full name now.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure about that. But
Okay.
yeah.
All right. And is there anything else you want to add? Have I missed anything?
I just want to say like how simple the lifestyle is. Like, oh, I eat pretty much every day bananas for breakfast, brown rice for lunch, and then potatoes for dinner. And I'm hitting all my nutrients too. Like I don't know I don't know what's so hard about it, you know. But to each their own, you know.
Do you buy like a lot of produce? You have like a lot of produce in your kitchen?
Not not really. Like I said, like it's just a small. Like I'll have with my potatoes, buy like baby carrots and like frozen broccoli florets, and I buy like I get like dates on like eBay. I can get like about 10 pounds for like $45 or something on
Wow.
there. Yeah, yeah. There's like date farms that sell their dates on eBay for pretty cheap.
Does 10 pounds come in a big a box?
It's like two 5 pound boxes pretty much.
Cool.
You can get 10 pounds of pretty cheap, like 45, $50.
Do you have a favorite? You have a favorite kind of date?
Well, I haven't really tried any other ones except Medjool, and I
Yeah.
know that those have the most calories, I believe. So I just stick to those. And yeah, I really don't have a lot of variety, but I mean.
Do you use a regular blender, or do you have a vitamin?
Yeah, I have a Ninja blender, you know. Anything will do as long as it doesn't crap out on me, like in a couple days, you know. It's not a big deal, but I find like if I want to like blend up dates, like it never works. So I don't blend up dates as much.
Yeah. Yeah, I've tried blending dates in a regular blender, and you just get a bunch of you get water with like small, fine date particulate at the bottom.
Yeah, those small pieces. I hate that. Like once I finish the smoothie, like all those like pieces are slowly coming down. It's like, oh. But have you ever tried the banana ice cream stuff?
Oh yeah.
All right, I had that. Yeah, I had that the other morning, and I only put in like 7 bananas in, but I found that fills me up so much more than if it's just like regular temperature bananas and water. Like I couldn't even like finish the smoothie. Like usually like easy 10 banana smoothies like goes down the hatch, but like the ice cream is like much more filling. I found.
Now that's interesting. So when you make a banana smoothie, do you usually use ripe bananas?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, no starchy bananas for me, man.
Well, what I mean, they're not frozen. You peel them and you put them in the blender.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. Just like that is when I have a banana smoothie. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. There's like a certain taste when it's frozen too. I find.
I found it's more sweet when it's frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird, but
But I've just some interesting recipes where people will add like some mint or
oh yeah,
yeah.
you can get all kinds of crazy with that stuff, like that chocolate powder and everything. But I'm not gonna do that, man. I'm happy with like that.
All right, dude. Well, it's a pleasure having you on here, man. Keep up the great work. We look forward to your videos. And any last comments you want to make?
I just want to say that you're like out of all the like YouTube vegan channels, like yours is like the most unique because you're just interviewing all these different people, and it's just like you get perspective. It's like everyone's YouTube channel into one. It's really cool to get like their input on some stuff that they don't even mention in their own channel too. It's like a behind the scenes look at these people. It's really cool. So and I love your channel, man. I watch all your interviews. They're
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. I like getting to know people and personalizing so that people know, these vegans, we're just real people,
Yeah, exactly. It's great, man. I hope you are very successful with this.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to do this.
No problem. I enjoyed every minute of it.
All right. Take it easy, man.
All right. Take it easy, Paul.
All right.
Bye.